I started consciously producing Recto-Verso Collages about almost 20 years ago, in 2002, in New York. I had just moved to New York in the late summer of 2002, and I was cutting out fragments from newspapers and other printed matter and inserting them into newsprint or pieces of paper in a way that both the back and the front of the fragment were visible. For example, here, these are the newspaper flag profiles. This was the New York Times, 9/11/2002, and this is a filtered edition, so to speak. I created a blank dummy of the newspaper, same amount of pages, and wherever there was stars and stripes, I cut them out and reinserted them into the blank paper. When I say reinserted, it was kind of a surgical operation with an X-Acto knife, where I did not only cut it out here, but also I cut it into here. By that I mean they were not glued on the page, but there was a hole created in the blank paper where it fit exactly, and then it was fixed to it so you could see the fragment, but also the back of the fragment, the recto and the verso. And it does not only become two views of two two-dimensional planes, but actually also by turning the pages, it truly becomes three-dimensional, you could say. Okay, well that was much later, a few years later. Let's dig a little bit here. We have the New York Times flag profile, the New York Newsday profile. I also did the New York Post profile and Village Voice flag profile. But yeah, okay, well this is a sister project or a brother project. Just as cutting out stars and stripes from a newspaper, I also kind of cut them out from public space. And here, it's something else I'm interested in. This only happened through the process of doing it. I started collecting stars and stripes, thrown away stars and stripes in 2002, but over the process of doing it, I started photographing not only how I found them, but also what remained. So the absence of the object in public space. And as it appears to me now, it's not only the Objet Perdu, but what I'm more interested in is the Objet Perdu. It's not about the object anymore in the first place. Actually, Objet Perdu is about the absence of the object, of the missing object, and even the traces it leaves behind. For example, this Objet Perdu is not only the pizza box which is missing, it's also the shadow of the pizza box that is missing. Or here, what's discovered behind or underneath, the humidity. The pictures is the only documentation that helps someone who wasn't there to imagine what happened there. They were running parallel for me, this series of Recto-Verso Collages and the series of Objet Perdu. These were running at the same time, starting in 2002 and continuing in 2003. Also, the War Diary is composed of Recto-Verso Collages. And later also Clouds and Sky and Airplanes and Sky, or these series, Boys, Männer, which is really I mean, these collages exist as original, unique pieces, but it's very difficult to display them because if you would have to have a frame which leaves it visible from both sides, and this frame would either have to be mounted vertical on the wall or actually to hang in space. And there's not much instances where I have seen this employed. Well, it's a challenge to the way collages are usually displayed, and also recto-verso collages are collages, but also they are something more. They are actually sculptures, and they have a front view, they have a back view, but also they have the turning around. This can be either the turning of the page or the visitor or the viewer moving around the collage displayed in space.
Thank you. I gave it